So who killed her?
We don't know.
No, but I want to know who killed her because she was a nice mom.
I'm saying, we know she hasn't been seen for a while, and it says we killed 2 people. We don't know that she's dead.
Okay, but you're putting that on me when I thought that she was doing perfectly fine and everything, and I told you I didn't send those messages. He's been able to hack my account.
So what we're trying to figure out is what happened and where she could be. All right. So thank you for sharing that. Yeah, no, I really appreciate it. So really quick, Kaitlyn, just to let you know who we are, why we're here, what's going on is, let me show you our credentials. So my name is Celeste Family. I'm a special agent here in El Paso with the FBI, and this is my partner, Hannah Mazza. And so the reason why we got called in is because we were notified that there was a juvenile that was in Mexico, a U.S. citizen, and that was going to be deported back. So we're here because we just want to talk to you, figure out what happened, how you made it down there, if you were treated okay, because obviously...
I don't really want to talk about it. I already talked to the police about it.
In Mexico?
Yes.
Okay.
They have a translator.
They have a translator. So what Colin's trying to say is like our concern is that because...
I know nothing bad happened. I was just down here for a week or so, and then when I went to go use the bathroom, that's when the Mexican police pulled me aside and was like, you're going to have to come with us. You don't have a traveling visa.
Okay.
That's what happened. And besides that, nothing else happened. Like, I've been to a couple Mexican restaurants. I've slept at a couple motels here and there. Like, that's it.
Okay.
There's nothing, deep, oh, I went on a killing spree. No, it's not what happened.
Okay.
And I came to Mexico because I was looking for a new beginning. And then out of nowhere they started posting stuff, and that's when the Mexican police were also like, why is this showing all this? And I was like, I don't know. They just now started putting things up like that.
Okay. Started posting stuff.
Apparently they're saying the U.S. Marshals want me. They said that the National Center of America wants to talk to me. I talked to my local police, and they said that they were going to be taking me out for missing because I wasn't even supposed to be put in as missing.
Were you missing at one point?
I was last year.
Okay. What happened with that? I just want to kind of know what happened.
Well, that's just because I ended up in this.
In the foster care system? How did you get in the foster care?
I don't really want to talk about it.
Part of what our family here is because we're American citizens, and we get so many reports from American citizens going out of Mexico and all these horrible things happening.
Right.
And so we want to make sure that nothing happens.
Nothing did happen to me. Nothing at all. The only thing is that the Mexican police, they were tightening the handcuffs on me very tight. Every time I was screaming, it was hurting me. And the one lady, she jumped on me and stuff and was like, shut up, and she kept tightening it. She even I was sitting in the chair right here and they had the handcuffs on the both chairs. And she moved my one that was right here to the other chair, so I was tapping to be like this.
Where in Mexico that happened?
It was in, not the center that I was picked up in, but one of their centers.
Was there a jail?
No, it was a shelter.
A shelter, and they had to name that shelter? Did they say why they were handcuffing you?
They said that the reason why is because I needed to stay calm, and I told the person on the phone, USA, Canton, or whatever the hell the person was, I was like, they became aggressive with me for no reason out of nowhere. They literally just started yelling at me, and I couldn't understand them. And I was so I started yelling back at them, and then they started hitting me, pushing me, so I started doing it back, and then that's when they threw me on the ground and put me in handcuffs.
And so these are the kind of things that we want to know about, right? It's because you're a U.S. citizen, and if you were injured over there, we need to hear these things.
Right.
Okay? So that's all we're here for, That's just what we want to talk to you about. So, okay? So thank you for sharing that with us. And it helps. We do have a few more questions, okay? So about that. Okay. However, before we get started, I want to make something very clear. Okay, that everybody who comes back here into the U.S. and everybody who talks, you have rights. Okay.
Right.
So you are not.
I know my rights right now.
Okay.
If anything, if what my one friend was telling me is true, that the U.S. Marshal want me, then that means I need to go back to Ohio to go to court.
Okay.
So I know my rights.
So but I'm going to read them, right? So that, because you know how you see on TV, everybody gets them, you know? So I just want you to know that you have them, okay? So that's what I'm going to do. Okay. Karen, can you hear your date of birth?
January 21st, 2006.
26? 2006. Okay. And how do you spell your first name?
K-N-I-C-L-Y-N.
Do you have a middle name?
Louis, L-O-U-I-S-E-L.
L-U-I-S, gotcha. Do you have any middle name? Just the one.
This one.
And how do you spell your last name?
C-O-O-N-E-S.
Okay. Do you work anywhere?
No.
Do you have a good phone number?
The funds that came with the units, 412-523-6850.
8 of the phones that you came with, or just the one phone?
This one's like, one of them is my old phone.
What is your old phone?
I was trying to sell it in Mexico and it didn't go.
Oh, okay. So this phone number, what kind of phone does that come back to?
What do you mean?
Like an iPhone, Android?
Android.
Android, and then an old phone, what kind of phone is that?
Android.
Android, okay. Do you know the old phone number?
No.
Okay.
That one is just network phone.
Network only, okay. Thank you. Okay. I'm not trying to insult at all. We get some people in here that can't read and write in English language. Can you read and write in English language? Okay. So just so that you can see what I'm reading to you, so you don't think I'm putting like words. So this is what's called our FE 395 for Rights of Rights. And before we ask you any questions, you must understand your rights. You have the right to remain silent. Anything you say can be used against you in court. You have the right to talk to a lawyer for advice before you ask you any questions. You have the right to have a lawyer with you during questioning. If you can't afford a lawyer, one will be appointed to you before any questioning if you wish. If you decide to answer questions now without a lawyer.
Doesn't this only happen though if you're under arrest?
No. Everybody deserves to know what rights are, okay?
Right, but aren't these the rights that are told to you whenever you're arrested?
Sometimes, yeah. So, but our procedure is we let everybody know what their rights are, okay? So, if you decide to answer questions without a lawyer present, you have the right to stop answering at any time. And so, right here is the consent statement, which says that you have read the statement of my rights and I understand what my rights are. At this time, I'm willing to answer any questions without a lawyer present. So this is, once again, this is just me telling you that you have rights. Okay?
So where's the lawyer?
So, well, right now there's not one, but you're also not charged with a crime. Okay? So I just need for you to sign right there for me. And if you wouldn't mind dating it, today is the 9th. Okay. Thank you. Do you have marks on your wrist?
From the handcuffs?
Yeah. Do you think if there's marks, can we take pictures?
Yeah.
Okay. On the bridge too? When were you handcuffed today or last night?
Last night.
Last night.
And there's one right there, and there's
what kind of cuffs were they using? Were they using like zip ties or like the metal cuffs?
metal cuffs.
Okay.
And they had it on the tight setting. And the one girl, like I said, she literally pushed me, threw me, and then she was like putting the handcuffs on me, taking the handcuffs off, tightening them back up, and put them together. It was terrible.
Okay. All right. How many people were in there?
It's funny because there was multiple people, and they were laughing when I was screaming for help and yelling for help. They were all laughing, and I was like, why is this even a thing? Like, where's the American people at?
What about those? Was that part of it?
No, these are self-armors. I used to be self-armored back when I was 12, so.
Okay. All right, so I won't add those ones in there. Is this, do you mind if I touch you? What is this?
I don't know what it is. It's just been there since, like,
Since you came?
Not ever since I came, ever since the handcuffs. Like I said, you can see right
No,
there.
I actually hold your hand just like that. Okay, and then show me your wrist this way. And then, let me get one. Okay, and then let me see your other wrist. It's kind of the same thing. I'm going to take it from 4 angles. And then this way. Okay.
And then you can also see right here, that's where they bruised it too.
Okay, there you go. I'm trying to get my phone to focus. Okay.
You said they were like pushing you and kicking you. Did you get any marks from that? Like any hand marks on your chest or your...
I don't think so. It just, I don't know. I don't remember exactly what happened.
I'm going to move out this way. So, and then even the sunburn on your leg, did that have anything to do when you were with them in Mexico? No? Okay. Just from the sun? Okay.
So I do have to ask real quick, there's some like marks here. Can I see or
But like right here.
Yeah.
It's probably just one.
I just make sure you weren't like strangled or anything like that.
No, the only other thing she did besides throwing me, kicking me, she like was like petting my hair and pushing back my hair, which I thought was weird.
Okay.
Because that's not professional.
Mm-hmm.
Like, why are you brushing me like that?
Okay. Was she saying anything to you?
No, the only thing I ever heard her that I understand was she was like, I don't speak no English, and she started laughing.
Okay.
And I was like, I don't understand that. Like, I don't.
Yeah. Sounds like a pretty irritating time.
I mean, don't get me wrong though. I mean, the food was good. It really was. It was actually authentic.
What did you eat?
I had tacos. I tried their banana ice, like their peanut oil.
Mm-hmm.
On your checker, on your phones, do you have a password?
One of them is just the Wi-Fi only, and then the other one should be 2005.
Which is which one?
That one's the Wi-Fi only.
Okay.
That one right there is 2005. I put it a year after my birthday.
Can you have these two right now?
Yeah.
I got one there. So it's 20?
05.
Okay, 2005.
Yeah.
Okay. And this one, you said it's only Wi-Fi?
Yeah, and it's reset because that's the one I was going to sell in Mexico, so it doesn't...
So is this one dead, or you just shut it off?
No, it's not dead. It's like resetted because I was going to venda it in Mexico.
Figured like the factory.
What it is in the nether.
I know. I know.
Right. You got some names and...
Thank you. So what's the banana thing? I'm not aware of that.
Like it's the first banana.
What is it?
Chocolate and peanuts, yes. Why do they need passwords to my phone?
Right, so I can answer that. So when you come back into the United States from a foreign country, which is obviously what you did, all electronic devices are subjected to a border search authority. So even like if I went to Germany, right, and I come back to the United States, they can tell me, open up your phone, I want to see it. So it's a legal right.
I'm sorry, I'm like trying to remember my phone password because I literally just got my phone back today.
Okay. Did they have it?
What, my phone password? No, they literally took all my stuff right now is in the car in Mexico right now. So I was found with the 2 phones on me.
Got it.
So like, they let me have it, like, whenever they were trying to figure out what was going to happen to me. But when I went to the shelter last night, they took them for me because their rules there said that I couldn't have them because of me being a minor.
Got it. Yeah, and you know what, that's kind of how it is here in the United States as well.
Well, no, I know in the United States I can have my phone. That's where I got my phone here.
Right,
So I know I can have it here.
Yeah.
And I know that also, even though I'm in the system, I was supposed to get emancipated so that I can have my own house and everything. And before that, like my caseworker already knew that I had my own phone and everything. So I was also allowed to through my county and everything.
Okay.
Like I have papers and stuff about that.
Okay.
You gotta go through the state to have your own phone.
Well, when you're in the system, they get to decide what you can have, who you can contact, who gets to call and all that.
Okay.
Thank you.
But since I was about to be 18, I was about to be emancipated.
Okay. So actually, can you talk to me about that? What were the circumstances of the Mexicans, like how did you guys get pulled over? What happened?
The person I was with, we were going to go and use the bathroom, and he showed up out of nowhere. They took the person I was with, let him against the car, they took me in the back seat, and they asked me what my age was, what we were doing. I said I was 17, we were going to go use the bathroom before, trying to sell jewelry. And he was like, well, the two ages are really bad, And I was like, actually, I know it's actually legal in Mexico, as long as the only time someone can be with someone above the age of 18 is if they're doing something sexually, then the person has to be 18 for someone to be dating somebody above 18. So I know that, and I told him that, and I was like, I know that, and we haven't been doing anything sexual. I just came here with him, and he happens to be my boyfriend. And, when back in Ohio, they already knew about it, so, and so what the police or whatever said, they were like, well, we're going to search the car, do a search on it, see what's in there. They're like, if you don't have a permit for it, we're going to have to keep it, and you're going to have to go back to Texas, and you can either go in the car to Texas if you do have the permit, but if you don't have the permit, we're going to escort you guys there ourselves. So they ended up finding marijuana in the car, even though Border Patrol checked that. They already checked the marijuana in the car. The Border Patrol let us go. They said we were fine, that we have a legal amount in the car for marijuana.
Okay.
And then that day, yesterday, the police were like, yeah, marijuana's illegal.
Okay.
Is that Border Patrol here in Texas or somewhere else in El Paso?
I think it was the Border Patrol of, it's not Texas. I don't know where it was. It's not Texas. I think it was Arizona. Yeah.
Okay. That's a lot of information. So why did you get stopped by Border Patrol in Arizona?
In Arizona? Because they have patrol cars throughout everywhere.
Okay.
That's by the borders.
Got it. Okay.
And whenever they stopped us, we asked them what do we need to get into Mexico or whatever, because we weren't even entering Mexico until that point. So they were like, oh, you don't need anything for you because you're a minor. You just need to tell them your name, your age and stuff, and let them know that you're a minor. And I was like, okay. And then so they let us off or whatever, and then we ended up going through the border, and then that's when that happened.
The border to Mexico? Was that through Arizona or through here in El Paso?
I think it was through Texas, if I remember correctly. I don't know anything. I'm trying to remember, but I can't. I have a brain injury.
It's okay. So, you can take your time. We're just trying to understand, right? So, was it a checkpoint, or did they just stop you on the side of the road?
I think it was a checkpoint.
Okay.
If I remember, isn't it checkpoints where they can stop you and check your phone?
Yeah. So there's a lot of checkpoints in New Mexico and here in Texas, right? Because as you can see, remember when we saw outside, there's a lot of people that are trying to come across the border illegally. So that's one of the things. We're just trying to make sure that people aren't being smuggled in or smuggled out, illegally, guns, drugs, stuff like that. So that's
right.
That's why they make those kind of stops.
Right.
Your phone password to do a transfer?
It should be.
Can we have you on? Because
It should be 201.
yeah, we're done.
Let me give it a minute. It might be my birthday, I don't know. Yeah, I know it was something to do with my birthday. I don't know if it was my birthday or if it was after my birthday, because I didn't want people to be able to figure it out easily, because you know how people steal phones.
Yeah, it's okay. We can take a minute.
Also, my ex might be blowing me up because he keeps telling me about the U.S. Marshal, so you might see that number pop up in the messages.
Who's your ex?
His name is Michael Smith. He's trying to tell me that, you know, I'm wanted and that I'm about to be going to jail, so, and I'm on Facebook right now, so here you go.
What was the password?
What? 2006.
Okay.
6?
Yes.
Thank you.
It's my birthday.
Why would he say that?
What?
Everything that made it like that, U.S. Marshals or something? Yeah.
Because I used to be with him when I was younger, and because of the cops finding me out and everything, he's trying to get at me as best as he can right now. So he's trying to like help the police and stuff. And I'm like, you know, there's nothing to help out with. I'm not doing anything wrong.
Right, right.
So he's just right now spamming my number with, oh, well, you know, the U.S. Marshal, if you're about to be in jail, I got somebody pregnant, and, you know, I'm going to make sure they're, you know, the best daughter in the world, because, you know, I know how you didn't have the best parents or whatever. It's just, yeah.
Is he trying to upset you?
Yeah, basically, but it can't upset me. Nothing upsets me.
You said you guys were boyfriend and girlfriend?
At younger.
When you were younger, how old were you when that happened?
14.
14. How old was he when that happened?
I don't know.
Okay. So is he like an adult though now?
I didn't know.
Okay. Did he ever get in trouble because you guys dated or anything like that?
Mm-mm. He just tries to help the police to look good on my family and stuff, but that's not going to happen.
Okay. You said you had a brain injury?
Yeah, I have a TBI, traumatic brain injury, on February 22nd after being down in a car accident, coming off of fentanyl and it wasn't coke, it was
No.
I don't know. But just coming off of that, I had a get a big tube down my throat. I was found unconscious and unresponsive. They had to, you know, help me breathe, and then I started having multiple brain bleeds, so then I got transferred to the brain ICU, and then I got stitches on my head, and then I had to get stitches in my eye because of the glass hit my eye, and then, and then, like, my eating or whatever, my blood sugar drops really bad after eating meals and stuff like that. And they told me it's because the nutrition is going all to my head, but it's been months since the car accident, and it's still happening, so.
Were you in a coma? No. Were you awake when the tube went down your throat?
No, I wasn't.
Okay. So like intubated, they had you intubated?
Yes.
How long were you intubated for? That's pretty serious.
I don't know. They just said it right after they found me.
Okay. And how long were you in the hospital for?
Almost 2 months. And then also another thing is I had to have a blood transfusion.
You had to have a blood transfusion?
Yeah.
Okay.
Because apparently there was like white cells in my blood. I don't know what it was. They didn't tell me anything until I ended up one day going out of the hospital and reading my file, and I asked the doctor like what happened, and he was like, oh yeah, this happened to you.
Okay. I just have some more questions about you said you had an eating disorder earlier?
Yeah.
What kind? You said anorexia?
Yeah.
Okay. What did that start?
I've always had eating disorders since I was younger, but I've been getting hospitalized really bad over it recently because I was like, I think 117, and I ended up going up to like 200 after being in a residential, and then I dropped down to 156, and then once I hit 156, the hospital took me in, and then I dropped down to, I'm trying to remember, I think 137 because I didn't eat or drink in 5 days, and then I got hospitalized just for that, and they got me to 152, but recently, after the hospital I was at for my, brain injury, I went from, like, I think, yeah, I was at 152 where they got me at, and I dropped down to 147 in the brain ICU, and then they put me in the trauma for and I dropped out at 123, and then whenever I got discharged, I was 128.
That's a lot.
Yeah.
That's a lot.
And you said you were on fentanyl at the time, correct? Are you on any drugs?
I was on fentanyl of the car accident because of the person I was with. I didn't know them, and I think what the person the people who I was talking, they just let me talk to FBI for the car accident, the Cleveland FBI. I was talking to them, and they were like, well, the person that you got weed from probably laced it or whatever. They're like, that's not safe to, go around and getting weed for people off the street. They're like, you need to go to dispensary for that. And I was like, okay. And so that's what they told me, that someone probably laced it.
Okay. I have to step out really, really quick. But Hannah's going to stay just to chat with you real quick. I just have to make a phone call, okay? Okay.
You said this guy's boyfriend that you were with?
Who?
The person?
Yeah, he got locked up because of the marijuana being illegal.
How much marijuana was it?
It was not a lot, it was literally gummies, and they locked him up with that.
What's your boyfriend's name?
Jonathon.
Okay, what's Jonathan's last?
Jonathon.
And so they said something about the age?
They said that it was bad, but after I talked to the translator after getting to the police station, he said that the whole reason why we got stopped was because of the visas, and then they were like, well, they are going to let you go, but they're going to check the car before they do. They're going to, see if you guys have a permit for it. They're going to deep search it to see if they're going to be illegal, but you guys should be on your way to Texas, or whatever. You're going to have to get, the visas to come over onto this side of Mexico, because apparently with the border that, yes, they let you in, but then once you get to a certain stop point, you have to have a driver's license to keep going. And we didn't know that, like nobody told us that, and they didn't say on Google either.
Right.
So that's what we told them, and then they were like, okay, they searched the car, they found the gummies, and then they were like, okay, yeah, he's going to be in jail for 2 days because of marijuana. And then I was like, okay, and then they're like, you're going to go to the shelter, and I was like, how is this going to work? You're literally splitting up 2 people. I'm going to be alone in Mexico if you guys let me out. And then I'm like, then they're like, well, we're not going to let you out because you're a minor. And in Mexico, you can't be by yourself in Mexico. So that's what they said. And I was like, that's stupid as hell, because in Ohio, you'd be 13 and you could be alone. So that's stupid. And so that's what I told them. And they didn't understand me.
How long have you Johnson dating?
We started dating like a couple months ago.
You like him? How'd you like him?
We met because I was at a sort of residential hall members program.
You were at what?
I was at a sort of program, members program, and I basically, I guess, ran away from there, but I broke out because they were very abusive there, and I ended up running into him, and so that happened. I gave him my phone number, and that was it. And then I turned myself into the police, and then
Because you're runaway.
yeah, and then ever since that, we just been talking to each other, and
Did you write into it? Did you run into that like a store?
Yeah.
Or what kind of store?
I think it was like a Home Depot or something. It was like some like, I don't know what it was.
Yeah. He said his name's Jonathan. Do you call him Jonathan or do you call him Johnson?
I called him Jonathan.
Where from Johnson? Where's the
That's a good Sylvania, Ohio.
Okay, where are you from?
I'm from Ohio. Now, this is very complicated because I'm from Akron, Ohio. My caseworker is in Canton, Ohio, but I live in Akron, Ohio.
So how far apart are you? How far apart?
35 minutes.
30 minutes. How many years?
6 months.
Your caseworker for
yeah, but I don't trust my caseworker because I thought that the Like right after leaving the house. I got out like I went to bed and I got out. I don't know really. I don't know what to do. Yeah, I was before or after you were we also had a cat, I remember, so he was always making sure the cat was okay and stuff, and, you know, he was always making sure his mom was okay, too.
His mom?
Yes.
What's his mom's name?
Nikki.
Nikki?
Yeah.
Okay. Why was he, like, making sure that she was okay?
Why did he, like, make sure she was okay?
Yeah.
Because she also had a eating disorder.
She did?
Yeah.
Okay. And she's doing okay?
Mm-hmm.
Nikki? Okay. Okay. I missed part of that, like, we just talked about her boyfriend Jonathon. She met him before the car accident.
Mm-hmm.
He really cared, and he always liked to take care of their cat that they had. They have a cat. Her cat. And his mom, Nikki, she has a eating disorder. She seems to be doing okay right now. Okay. What kind of cat?
What kind of cat?
Mm-hmm.
I don't know.
What was it look like?
It was like gray, white, and black.
What's his name?
It was Simba.
Simba. Oh, I don't know. You said blood? Is it still around?
It got lost at the Mexican police station.
It was in your car?
Yeah, we were basically living in our car.
You took the cat with you from out of Mexico, or you found it in Mexico?
I think, yeah, we found it in Mexico.
Okay. I didn't know you that. Oh my gosh! Was it a kitten or?
It was 1 year old.
1 year old. Okay. I love cats. So, like I said, I have three.
Yeah.
I have more.
He was very bougie.
Ooh, so you mean like was he fluffy?
No, like he, like, whenever, like he always wanted attention and stuff, and, what you would call it. I put on like this thing that I got him like this outfit, and he wore it for a minute, and it was like being all cute and stuff, and like putting his head out and like looking like he was posing, and then like a few minutes later afterwards he like tore it off. I was like, wow.
Sounds like, what's that cat from Shrek? What's his name?
Right.
Sombrero?
I wish I could dress mine up, but basically with one of my cats is Satan, so I would get a cat. My entire face would be just clawed off. She's pretty nasty, but I still love her.
Are we almost done here?
Yeah, no, but just honestly, I just have like a couple more questions for you. I know that you said that that you were traveling with someone. Who were you traveling with?
The person, he ended up having to go to jail because they found marijuana in the car, even though Border Patrol let us like go with it or whatever.
That was Jonathon, right?
Yeah, Jonathon. Jonathon Jones. And yeah, I was with him, and they took him, and then they said sometime in Mexico, apparently you can't be alone in Mexico if you're a child, and I was like, well, I'm about to be 18, and I'm literally in Ohio, USA, when I was 13, that's when I was allowed to go off on my own, so.
Yeah, well, and then I think also the fact that you didn't have a visa to enter is also what an issue was for them.
Right.
Yeah, so, okay, so John, because you keep saying like a person, so I...
Sorry,
No,
you asked that. You said somebody you were with us as the person.
You don't have to apologize. I'm just trying to understand. And I, of course, don't want to put any words in your mouth, right?
Right.
Okay, so Jonathon, and he, I think you mentioned before, that's your boyfriend.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. How did you meet him?
I met him before the car accident, and I met him at a store, and that was whenever I broke out of the MS program, which was an abusive eating disorder program, and whenever I was at the store, I gave him my number and I left, and then like a few days after that, after living out on the streets, I turned myself in, and I stayed in contact with him ever since, and he's just been a caring person, so I ended up dating him because I'm about to be 18.
Okay.
But we haven't done anything sexual because I already know the rules of that.
Just sounds like he was a friend, right?
Boyfriend.
Boyfriend.
He treated you very well.
That's what I mean. Like, he treated you very well.
Yeah, he made sure I ate, made sure the cat was eating. Whenever we did get the cat, he always checked up on his mom. He's just very caring.
Okay. Well, I mean, I think that's good, right? Because obviously I had to step out, but it sounds like already like that you've been through a lot, right? So you have someone to care for you. And that, I think that's fantastic. So he's still stuck in Mexico?
Yeah, he gets out, I think, tomorrow. They said he has to stay in jail for 2 days because of the weed.
Okay.
And then
How much was it?
What?
How much was it?
It was literally just gummies. I don't know how much that would be.
Okay, so he's being held just for gummies.
Yes.
Okay. Do you remember, I mean, I haven't been to Mexico in, 20 years, but do you remember there was a basketball player that got held in prison in Russia for a month for having a vape pen that had THC in it? So I'm not surprised. Foreign countries have their own rules. Yeah, there's another one. I have my own bottle.
Well, I'm good. Are you sure?
Yeah.
Okay, I just want to make sure you're hydrated. I know it's hot here right in Mexico.
Okay, so when did you meet him? I know that you said you met him in a store. When did you?
I met him at a store after running away from the MS program. Like, I bolted through the MS program because of how abusive they were, and I was walking the streets, and I walked through stores and stuff, and that's when I saw him, and I gave him my number.
Okay.
You got before your car accident?
Yeah, before February the 22nd.
Do you know how much like before that, or?
What?
Do you know how much before that?
No, I just noticed before that because I ended up getting in that car accident, and, what you would call it, just, like, not being able to, like, process stuff and talk, so I didn't call him or anything. And then whenever I got out of the hospital, I called him and was like, yeah, I'm doing good, since I was in a car accident, and, yeah.
Okay. And so you've been boyfriend and girlfriend ever since you met him?
Yeah.
Okay.
Sorry.
No, I do the same thing. I've been living here for almost 10 years, so, but my Spanish is still pretty garbage. But I answer C all the time.
I can only even start seeing C from now on because that's all I could say, literally C and half.
Yeah.
And gracias.
Yeah, you're not too far off from where my Spanish is, and like I said, I've been here for a while. Okay. And so where were you guys when the Mexican authorities picked you up?
Villa Hamada.
Okay. Via Amada?
Yeah.
Okay. Did you by any chance have quesadillas when you were there?
He did, and he said it was amazing.
Okay. I've always heard that they have the best quesadillas in Via Amada because of some cheese that they use. So, do you by any chance know kind of what a dangerous area you were in?
No, I mean, I did see, the military and the police, drive by and stuff, but, they were driving around so frequently, I didn't think anything was going to happen, and, I know how to defend myself because, I grew up in the hood of Ohio, so, I know how to fight for myself. And, I've been in fights with girls my age. That's the reason why I don't become friends with people my age, because it's just, no, I don't understand them.
Right. So I get it, and I have no doubt that you can defend yourself. But I'm assuming, do you recall driving through Juarez, a town called Juarez?
Yeah.
Okay. Did you stay in?
I don't think so. I just remember driving through it because I have a video of it on my phone. And I have a picture of it with the name on it.
Okay. I'm just asking because I'm not sure if you're aware of this. Ciudad Juarez is the name of the town. It's one of the most dangerous cities in the entire world. Very deadly. And then Villa Amada is also a pretty dangerous area. It's what we call cartel country. So a little bit different, right, than just getting in a fight at school. I mean, these are people that dead, you know, and so that's another reason that we want to talk to you, is because we want to make sure that you're okay. I mean, obviously I see that you're okay, but from two people from Michigan, are you from Michigan?
Not from
Ohio, excuse me. Two people from Ohio, like, coming through, bless you, you know, and then I'll call it what it is, right? But you're white. The individual that you're traveling with, is he white?
Yeah.
Right. You know.
Yeah, I know, it's Rangers and
Rios, right? And like, it is a target for you guys, especially down there. They see money, right? How much can we get paid off? So, were you guys driving a vehicle?
Yeah.
Okay. Okay.
We were driving his mom's because the mom gave us permission to drive it and stuff. And Nikki, right? Yes.
Nikki. Okay.
So we were we used her car because she gave us information. And you know, that was it. We used most of the money he saved up or whatever to, you know, get there to Mexico. And we had a good experience. Like, we ate Mexican food, we stayed here and there, you know, it was a good experience. But like I said, I thought we were good for the most part because I've seen like a lot of Military and Policia.
Yeah. What kind of car was it?
It was like a white, like SUV.
Is it new or old?
I think old.
Old? So was it junky or in good shape?
Like in between the junky and shit.
Okay. I just asked because normally if it's like a car that's like in decent shape, that's also a target too. Did you guys change license plates or anything? Or so is the tag still Ohio? Okay. Okay. Honestly, I think that you guys are pretty lucky. You know, did you guys ever get stopped by the Mexicans other than when they picked you up? Did they stop you?
So we sold jewelry, we sold a phone, and that was it. That went okay. We did get stopped by the police like once before we got arrested, and they wanted to check out the phone, so we handed it to them and stuff and let them check it out. And then they were like, no, because it has no Wi-Fi. I mean, it's Wi-Fi only, so they didn't want it. It was the one that I have right now. So they handed it back to us, and then, yeah.
What kind of phone did you sell?
I don't know, I don't remember. It was just like a very bad, cheap, like, market phone that, like, because I had, like, phones from when I was younger, so I just sold that one.
Was it an Android or an iPhone?
It was an Android.
An Android? How much money did you get for it?
How much were we selling for it? I think like 800 peso. I don't know how to say it.
I'm not exactly sure what the conversion is right now, but not a lot.
Yeah.
Right. And what about the jewelry?
Nothing. I don't think anything sell about the jewelry. That's when we got stopped. It's because we slept in the car. We woke up the next morning. We were about to go to the bathroom. That's when the police showed up.
Got it. So did you sell the phone to either the policia or the fiscalia, or was it just people on the street?
We sold the phone to people on the streets.
Okay.
And then we used that money to get a room for the night to sleep in, and then we woke up and... I am really bad at this. We got to get food, and then we slept in the car. We woke up the next morning, and that's when the police showed up, and they were like, you know, how old are you? Where's your, you know, how old is he? What are you guys doing? I was like, we were literally about to leave the bathroom.
So you wouldn't say that you had to sell the things to bribe anyone, right?
Mm-mm.
Okay, because that's big in Mexico, right? So, and that's why I'm shocked. is because oftentimes, you know, a lot of U.S. citizens will go even here across the border to apply, and they'll get stopped for something as minor as maybe public intoxication, and it's like, do you want to go to a Mexican prison, or what do you have in your wallet? You know, so I just want to know if you guys needed to pay them off. How many nights did you guys sleep in the car?
We stayed in the car for most of our stay.
In Mexico? Mm-hmm. How long was that? Yeah.
We've been in Mexico for about
a week. Mm-hmm. Do you remember what day you got there?
No. It's really bad with my brain injury to remember things, because I already have ADHD, so it's just another thing that I don't know.
It's okay. And if you can't remember, just tell me that. I don't remember. Okay. What kind of jewelry were you trying to sell?
Like old ancient jewelry that I had. Not like ancient, sorry, but it was like old jewelry, like charm bracelet, rings, like, you know, the rings that girls are,
Any bit of jewelry that you had?
Mm-hmm.
Was it like real? Like real
diamonds? No, it isn't, because when I was younger, I already like sold a little bit to get like actual money from that.
Okay. Perfect.
We were doing like 200 pesos pizzas each for each item, because like I wasn't trying to hand anybody off of it, but I was also, you know, trying to make money off of it at the same time, and we made sure that the jewelry was clean.
Okay. Do you work? Do you have a job?
No.
Okay. What about Jonathon?
No, he does not either.
Okay.
And he gets, what's it called, he was in the military, so he gets, what's it called?
Disability?
Yes.
Okay. What rank should be in?
I do not know.
You don't know? I'm a former military, so I should have. Army, Marine Corps?
I think he was in the Army.
Army, okay. Do you know how long he's been for?
He said that he served his whole time. He even has like the papers from his discharge.
Okay. Probably at least 4 years. I think that's about what the minimum is.
Yeah.
Well, that's cool. Do you know what he did?
I know. I just know he told me there's a lot of trauma that comes with it and stuff, like waking up in the middle of your sleep, you know, not being able to ever see people again after that. And, you know, he told me that like the insurance is really bad that comes with it.
He's not wrong. He's not wrong. You know, so PTSD is a real thing right now.
I know it is, because I had abusive parents, so that's how I ended up in the system, so I did that.
Got it. Okay. So he doesn't work? Is he living with his own? Is he a roommate?
He was living with his mom that go around.
With his mom around?
Yeah, his mom is like a cool type of mom. Like, she likes to play card games, go on the walks, you know. You know, when we were trying to, you know, take her in Mexico, she didn't want to come because she was talking about her Superman boyfriend. And I was like, she said that she was apparently dating Superman. I was like, oh, okay. I'm not going to stop you there. I think she's honestly getting to that age.
She was going to go to Mexico with you guys?
What?
She was going to go with you guys?
No, she wasn't.
Oh.
She said that she was talking to her, you know, Superman boyfriend and stuff, and that she had things to do, and I was like, okay. And I was like, yeah, she's about to come to that age.
Are you referencing like Alzheimer's, like dementia?
Yeah, Alzheimer's and on the verge of losing her mind.
Right. So are you pretty close to Nikki?
I'm semi-decent. She doesn't like me just because of my age and everything, but like, she's okay with us being together, obviously, but like, you know, she's like, I was much your age. She's like, she's like, I'll treat you how like my mom treated me, and this and that. I was like, okay.
So, hang on, I'm very intrigued by Superman.
Yeah.
Did she actually think, in your opinion, I
don't know. I don't know anything. I just know that she told me she was dating Superman and that she had plans with him. That's all I know.
Interesting. Okay. Did you ever meet her boyfriend? Okay.
She told me that her one husband, like, cheated on her, moved on, and she hopes he dies, and that's all I know about that.
Is that Jonathan's dad?
No, Jonathon says he doesn't know where his dad is.
Oh, okay. Does Jonathan have siblings or anything? Did you ever live with them?
Yes.
Yeah. Okay, cool. How did she treat you?
She treated Sure, we will.
Yeah?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. And I'm not asking to get into it because I don't care, unless you want to talk about it.
Mm-hmm.
I don't mean that offensively, it sounds like you have some trauma from your parents.
Okay, yeah, I do not want to talk about that because I've already had to talk about that with children's services multiple times.
And we absolutely don't have to talk about that. I just want to make sure that this lady was treating you well.
She was treating me well.
Okay. How long did you live with her?
I didn't live with her. I just stayed there a few nights, a couple of months.
Okay.
That's why I knew I was live there. No, I stayed there a couple times. Like stayed the night.
Did she make you sleep in a separate room or did you sleep with Jonathon?
I slept with Jonathon.
Okay.
But we slept on both opposites of the bed because, like I said, I already know the rules of me laying inside.
Hey, every state is different, by the way. So here in Texas, the age of consent, it must clearly be different than it is in Ohio. So the age of consent here in Texas, I think, is 16. Yeah. So,
I mean, the age of consent in Ohio is 16, but still you're not allowed to have any, sexual intercourse or anything like that. You can kiss and stuff, you can hold hands and stuff, but you can't be doing stuff.
that's not happened here. So it's different here. And then even in Texas, for Texas state, 17 is considered an adult, not 18. Yeah. So I'm not familiar with what the laws are. So, and I don't care. I care about what Texas is, So if you guys say anything different, I don't care.
I don't know. I don't know. I don't know any longer, but we just call it what I have that. Yeah, like I said, we all were
What was the last time that you talk to her?
well, it's come on, so then I don't want to work with it, I might have to switch it out, so we never get it all. What the meeting was, I think it was like, right, it will be like, maybe she just is doing her own thing with person all over. That's how that went.
Okay. When did you guys leave in Ohio?
I do not know that either.
You don't know? And a guesstimate?
I don't know an estimate either. I just know that we entered Mexico a week ago and that we went to some states along the way.
Okay.
I don't remember the states. I know one of them is Arizona. I know that we were in Texas at some point, and I know that we went to Mexico. That's all I know. I can't give you the exact dates because I don't. My brain doesn't let me follow that because I have a brain injury.
That's what he said. Did you you guys sleep in the car or did you stay in hotels?
We slept in the car.
Okay. Were you guys at least in rest stops or?
Yeah, rest stops.
Okay.
You heard you said you slept in the car the whole way?
Jeez. I'm just trying to think of where Ohio is versus where Texas is and in Arizona.
So I'm very far away.
Yeah, were you guys trying to go?
What? I think I went to Colorado.
What?
I think I went to Colorado.
Yeah.
So like Ohio is over here. Do you kind of remember which way you went? You want to go?
No, I don't want to go all this. Okay, there's no point in knowing it. I don't think you guys really need to know that. I think you just need to know what's going to happen in Mexico because you guys said you want to know something bad happening there. And I'm not trying to give more than I should be having to give. So we went this way.
Okay, so kind of like an EU sort of?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. How long were you guys on the road for?
For a while. We almost on Cushing. Yeah. I mean, because I feel like we already talked about what happened in Mexico. I feel like I went over everything there is to need to know about if there was to be something, and I am ready to get back to America. So.
I got that. and obviously I can tell that you're getting like a little bit upset, you know?
I am, because I'm not, like, I literally, and whatever this is, there's jail cells by there, I'm sitting on this metal thing, I could literally, you know, be out and about.
Right, so, just so I can clarify, it's because you're at what's called the port of entry. You're at port of entry, right? So
And you guys said that you wanted to know what happened in Mexico and stuff, and to make sure that I'm not doing anything illegal, and that's the reason why I gave you my passport.
correct, and so you're 17, right?
Correct.
And so, you're still a minor, right?
Well, we're in Texas, so I'm legal here.
You are legal here, but out of Ohio, you're still a minor,
Mhm.
and so we just wanted to make sure that when en route, that you're okay.
And I am okay.
Okay. We also wanted to make sure, you know, with Jonathan, and I know you said nothing happened, but we wanted to make sure from Ohio to Mexico to here that you were safe, that you didn't, nothing happened along the way either with him or with someone else.
Nothing did happen along the way. He kept me safe throughout much of the way.
And hey, look, there's a complete difference, right, between something that's consensual and non-consensual.
Right.
That's what we're trying to
Consensual means
establish.
that you want it and you allow it, and non-consensual means you don't want it and you don't allow it.
Absolutely,
I know the
absolutely.
differences.
So, right, and then the thing is that there was a notification that came in as well that you had been abducted, okay?
Okay, well, I was never abducted, so
Okay.
I need to talk to whoever said that.
Why don't they have said that?
I don't know, because I told my caseworker I was going with him, so that's a mis-follow part on her behalf.
Right, right, and so, once again, that's...
I know, like, whenever I was, you know, reading the newspapers after the Mexican police, that they said, oh, fugitive is believed to be with runaway, and I've been posting off my Facebook account. I talked to my local police. I even have the phone records in my phone. I talked to my local police. They said that they never had him missing. I said, why didn't they put it out that I went missing this long ago if I did go missing? I said, I'm not with a fugitive. I'm not abducted. I'm not missing. I'm not kidnapped. I'm about to be 18. I'm literally what's it called in Ohio, emancipated, because I was living in an independent living house. I was allowed to do whatever I wanted to do.
Okay.
Because that's what they wanted me to do until I turned 18, so that they didn't have to do more paperwork.
Right.
So that's what I put on my Facebook, so I don't understand why I feel like that.
Was Jonathan in total for something? Is that what they're saying with the fugitive?
I don't know why they said he was a fugitive. I know that as soon as we got to the police unit and we told them everything, they understood, and they just said that he was going to be in jail for 2 days.
Okay.
So, yes.
Okay. Yeah, no, and hey, look, it is our job, right, just to make sure that you're safe, okay?
I am safe.
So when we get notified by Mexican authorities as well as U.S. authorities that there's a child, right, that has been, because even in Mexico you're still considered a child, Texas is different, it just so happens that you pass through Texas, right? So let's put what Texas state law is out of the way, right? So we get notified that we have a child that's in Mexico and that's being deported back. We need to make sure that you're okay.
I know, once again, like I said, I am okay. I feel like you keep revisiting the question, is she okay? What are the signs that she's not okay? And I'm showing you that I am okay, and I'm saying I am okay. So you take my word for it.
I am taking your word for it, because now we're face to face, right? But what, up until an hour ago, we were not face to face. And we have been notified that you were listed as a kidnapped child, right?
Okay, well, I will talk to whoever I have to talk to about that, because I was not kidnapped. My caseworker knew that I left voluntarily.
Who's your caseworker, so we can talk to them?
Her name is Rachel. I don't know her last name.
All right.
You told me where she at in Ohio?
She's in Stark County.
Stark County. And she works for like CPS or whatever up there?
Mhm.
Okay. And Rachel. You don't know. When's the last time you talked to Rachel?
I talked to her before I visited out to Mexico.
And told her where you were at?
Mm-hmm.
How did you talk to her?
I talked to her on my phone. Like I said, I have my phone. They stopped working though as soon as I got into it.
Yeah, my phone stops working and I'll talk all the time. What did Rachel say when you talked to her?
She just said basically to stop, stop worrying that I'm going to be 18 soon and that, you know, she basically has my back, that don't do anything stupid. She said that, you know, she's fine with me smoking weed and smoking nicotine. She just said that if I do get caught, then I do get caught. She said that it's going to be on my behalf, but she's not going to try to stop me and that I'm doing perfectly fine. And she said she was also asking me about if I wanted to be in programs for independent living. I said no, I just wanted to turn 18 and be off on it.
Do you trust Rachel?
No, I don't. No. I mean, I trust her, but I don't like her.
Is there anyone that you have in your life besides Jonathan that you do trust?
I mean, no, not really.
Any friends, any people you come in contact with, like, I know you had your car accident, I don't know if there was a big support group for you or anything like that.
No, not really. I mean, there was one person at, what's it called? I don't know. I don't remember. I can't think right now, and I'm kind of getting irritated because this took longer than I imagined. The people that I came with, they told me that I was just going to be dropped off and that, you know, I could make it my way to Ohio myself. And then this happened, so I felt like I was lied by the authorities of that. And so I feel like my time is being wasted because obviously I'm okay, I'm not kidnapped, I'm perfectly fine, I don't see anything that would show any signs of kidnapping. You know, I have my phone, so if I needed help, I would have contacted up or I could have yelled fire or help. So I think that, like, this is just, like, a big discommunication with the whole world, so I'm ready to leave, that's all.
Okay. Do we do have some more questions? Tell me about those Facebook message that you sent. It talks about 2 murders and arson.
This is when my ex has him right now. I can write you his name down here.
This is kind of thing.
This is the one that keeps texting me, and this is back from when I lived with him. He has my account. He works, like, on the dark web and stuff.
What do you mean he works on the dark web?
Like, he works on the dark web. Like, you know, he hacks for people.
So when we hear dark web, we think like child porn.
Okay, dark web, deep web means hacking in to find someone's IP address, location, find, you know, their account information, you know, posts that haven't been posted, like stuff like that. Does that make sense?
Yeah. So do you have a number?
Yeah. No, I don't have that number. I just know that name.
Why would you done that? Like, why did you do this job?
Because, like I said, the authorities are on his ass right now because back when I was 14, when the FBI got hold back then, because they thought the same thing that I was, you know, sex trafficked, even though I wasn't, it's when I ran away to go be with him, and I did sexual stuff back then. That's the reason why I know not to do it right now because I'm not 18 yet. But I did it with him, and so the police got involved and stuff, so ever since, you know, they put him on probation and stuff and told him that they were going to be keeping a close eye on him, every time that, you know, something's up with me, you know, he would be the one to be like, oh, I know everything, I know where she could be at. Because, like, when's the last time I ran away? When I was 15, I ran away. That's the last time I ran away. But, like, before that, whenever I was running away or whatever, he would be the one to try to find me, you know, da-da-da, this and that. But ever since I got with Jonathon, that has been a big thing towards him. And he doesn't like that. So he's been, and I actually have, you know, proof, like, within, like, the whatever, he knows how to hack into social media and get IP addresses and stuff like that and, you know, be able to log into my social media. And that's also another reason why I try not to use that social media account.
Okay.
I don't.
Who did you send this to?
I don't know.
Yeah. Did you know about this before I showed it to you?
What?
Did you know about this before I showed it to you?
No, I didn't. I was really surprised by that. I know that photo because I took that or whatever because I was doing photography or whatever. And then I think this photo right here is when I was going to get my nails done, but I don't know about this message right here that said like it was 15 months or
When were those photos have been taken?
I don't know the exact date. It might say in my phone.
And so did Michael have these pictures for some reason?
He must have it because I don't understand how else he would have been able to got it. You know what I mean?
Okay. So, I understand what you're saying. You're not a victim, okay? I understand that you want to be an adult, and that's fine.
Mm-hmm.
I'm going to talk to you as an adult. I'm going to talk to you face-to-face right now about the issues that we have with this, okay? So, it says you killed 2 people.
Okay, but like, you understand he has access to be able to hack it.
Let me finish.
Okay.
It says you killed 2 people.
Mm-hmm.
We can't find Nikki. We don't know where she's at.
I didn't know she was missing.
And your guys have her car,
Mm-hmm.
and you guys had all of her credit cards.
I didn't know that he had her credit card.
So how do you think it makes us think when there's that and a missing woman?
I didn't know she went missing. That must really have must think I used to think that, you know, we killed her, but I didn't know that she went missing. So who killed her?
Okay, we don't know.
No, but I want to know who killed her because she was a nice mom.
Wait, I'm saying, we know she hasn't been seen for a while, and it says we killed 2 people. We don't know if she's dead.
Okay, but you're putting that on me when I thought that she was doing perfectly fine and everything, and I told you I didn't send those messages. He's been able to hack my account.
So what we're trying to figure out is what happened and where she could be.
I don't know where else.
And if Jonathon is somehow associated with her going missing or worse than that, her being dead.
He wouldn't do that. He cared about her. He made sure that me and her ate. Like, he made meals for us and was trying to get his mom to eat and stuff. Like, she wouldn't eat just because, like, her dentures would always, you know, be in her mouth, and she didn't, like, she felt uncomfortable eating like that in other people. But, you know, he kept telling her, you know, it's okay to eat like that. Like, you know, my girlfriend's okay with you. Like, she has to eat it for herself. Like, Mom, come play cards with us. Mom, come do this. Like, you know, we want you to be a part of this.
How old is her mom?
I don't know that.
Is she like 15 or is she like 80?
I don't know.
I really don't know. So you have to understand our concern now, because up until this point, we didn't know about this Michael Smith.
Right.
We didn't know that anybody else did.
Well, he told me that the USA Marshals were working for me. He was the one that told me that I was about to be going to jail or whatever, and I was like, what are you talking about? He's the one that's been texting me, that Michael Smith right there. The one that, you know, probably did do this. Because I don't know where the fuck that's at, because that's obviously not my phone. I have never seen that in my messages. The only person I've messaged so far on my Facebook Messenger has been people that, you know, been talking about the news poster, and I told them, like, I'm not missing, I'm okay, I'm doing perfectly fine. And then, you know, I was seeing if my parents reach out to me, no one of those have. You'll see that when you open my phone, like, literally, there's nothing there.
Were you looking at your parents that reached out?
No, I was just trying to see if my parents reach out because of the post, because back when I was younger, you know, they put out posts and then they stopped posting stuff because they gave up on it. They were like, she's just going to run away, like, let her be. So then I was like, okay, like, at least, you know, they understand I wouldn't be at all. But I was just making sure they know that, like, I'm not kidnapped or whatever. I was like, no, I'm literally with my boyfriend. I am doing perfectly fine to everybody that has kept messaging me.
So tell us about this gun that Jonathon had.
The gun? I know the gun that he had or whatever, that might be related to when he got arrested, the police took that. So,
When did he get arrested? That was
like a way back.
took it?
No, it was like way back. Yeah, he got arrested in Wood County. I got arrested. I went to juvenile jail, got out the next day, but he stayed there for a while, but they took, like, you know, his weed and stuff and his gun. That's what I know that happened back then. I don't know anything else.
Did you ever see a gun or?
No, I did not.
So Jonathon took a gun to a pawn shop here in El Paso and told the people that his mom was dead.
He did?
Sure did. So, Kaitlyn, we want to help you.
Right.
And we recognize that you're squinting and that you have a lot of life left. And we want to do what we can to help you.
Right.
I mean that really, I'm not being
He really did that?
Yeah.
He went to like,
Went to a pawn shop here in Alabama, gave him the gun, and said his mom was dead. Well, he gave you a chance.
what do you mean he's wrong?
Why you did that?
Why he would have done that? I mean, he probably would have. Like, I don't know anything. Like, I didn't know he did that. I didn't know there was a gun. I didn't know his mom said. Like, I don't know what you guys want me to say.
We just want the truth.
We want help. That's all. We just want to help you. So if she's dead, did you guys find the body?
Kaitlyn, tell me what happened.
No, I'm being serious. I don't know what happened. That's just what I'm asking. Did you guys find the body?
I don't need your help. You just told me that this woman was supposed to be bleeding. That opened her doors to you. I think she deserves to be remembered properly, right?
I didn't know she was dead, so I don't really want that. And I didn't know she was dead. Like, literally, when we left the house and everything, she was fine. Like, she was literally laying in bed on her phone. So, this is all it is to me.
We'll do it from our point of view, okay? Yeah. How old is Jonathon? 33-year-old and 17-year-old. He's been abducted from Ohio. And sweet old lady from the same boyfriend bought a gun and said my mom was dead. And he left her when he took her gun.
She's not missing them. I don't know. She can't be dead. Because she was fine when we left.
Kaitlyn, we have, not only do we have the pawn shop owner's statement, we have the gun now, and then we also have video surveillance putting you guys at the pawn shop.
I know we went to the pawn shop or whatever, but I didn't know about the gun. I knew that was, he wanted to pawn something to get money to be able to go into Mexico. That's all I knew, because they said that there's border where you have to pay to get in.
Right. We also have another pawn shop where I'm sure that you know other items were pawned off at that one too. And Hannah's right. So when we talk to him and he's going to try to point the finger at you, we're trying to help you. There's a difference between being 17 and being 33. Okay?
I get that, but I just don't know.
I think you do know.
Well, it's a matter of, put it all on him, even though it's not all on him, or go to jail.
So it doesn't have to be one or the other. Okay? Her job is to present the truth and to find the truth. And that's what we want. We just want the truth. And we want to give you an opportunity to tell your story before he tells it for you.
It was all, it was all me. I told him that I had $5. I ran away from an independent living house, and I told him he had $5, to kill her, and he told me that he couldn't do it because that was his mom. And so he wouldn't do it, so I strangled her out and I took her rock and banged her head a whole bunch of times. And then I told him about it and he was shocked, so then I let him give him a moment, he threw up, and then we went to go get cleaning supplies that I cashed out and stuff, and then we cleaned up the body, cleaned up everything in the house. We disposed her body in a trash dumpster, and he couldn't do it, so I, was the one that put the body in the trash. And then after that, we took his ankle thing off, and then we went on the run. And most of the way, he was really struggling with it because it was his mom, and he needed marijuana. And that's the reason why, there was marijuana monies in the car when they tried to enter Mexico.
Why did you want to kill her?
Because she wouldn't let us do it.
And you loved him. It took a lot of courage for you to tell us that. Yeah. Okay.
I also killed another person in Arizona in a drive-by. I don't know who it was. Also committed 2 arsons in Arizona in the middle of nowhere. Don't know what that was either. I, loaded the gun and stuff and shot the person, and I left real fast, and then after that I washed off the residue of the gunpowder.
Where were you when you were done?
I know I was in Phoenix. There's Tucson that we were also in, and I drove another.
Do you know where the drive-by happened at?
I think Tucson.
Are you certain that there are 16?
I don't know what happened. I just remember pulling up and then out of the window and shooting.
Was it a male, woman, old, young?
I think it was a woman.
A woman. Do you remember how old she was?
She looked old and she had glasses. She was by to the bus stop.
Did you see her fall to the ground? No? Are you sure that they hit her?
I was so quick to get out of there because of the loud shot.
Were you in the car? Or you were in the car?
I was in the driver's seat.
You were in the driver's seat? Is there a reason, like, that precipitated it, that made you do it?
I don't know. I was like, well, I killed someone, so I might as well kill another.
And what did Jonathon say?
He just told me that he has a bad feeling that it was all going to catch up and that, you know, he can't believe he killed his mom and that he misses his mom and, you know, basically that he wished he didn't do it.
Did he kill his mom or did you?
I killed her, but he, like, sort of, he kind of helped with the body attraction, but then after him dropping the feet, I told him, let me do it, you can't do this.
Okay. When was this in Arizona? When did this happen?
I don't know.
Was it more than a week or under a week?
Under a week.
Under a week, okay. And then you guys, was it daylight out or was it dark out?
It was in the morning.
And then you guys just took off. Okay. Did you get stopped for speeding or?
It was all me. The only time that we got stopped was when we were in Arizona and we tried to cross the border and that's when Border Patrol checked everything and we're wondering why we were trying to illegally get into the Mexico border.
So you were trying to cross in from Arizona?
Yeah.
Okay. Okay, did drive-by happen before or after you got pulled over?
Before.
What about the arson?
Before.
And so tell us about the arsons. What do you mean by that?
Arson has, I lit a flammable sprayer, I lit it up with a torch and threw it out the window and it blew up in the grass. And then I also took a pair of my socks and I drenched them in the stuff and I threw it out.
Okay. Did it hit somebody's property or was it like a field or a
See,
house?
Everything was public property.
Okay. So not like a building, it was just open field. Was it on the side of the road? Or was it?
One was by a movie theater.
Okay.
And then the other,
What was the flammable thing that you used? Do you remember?
it was stuff you use for a cookout.
Like, oh, like that? Lighter fluid? Okay. What made you do that? Okay. And that's okay. Was that also in Arizona?
Yes.
It was? Okay. Was that before or after the drive-by?
After.
Okay.
Because after the drive-by and then arson, I was going to go and kill another person.
Okay. Why?
I don't know.
How did you feel after you killed his mom?
I got very high and I was tripping really badly. I was like, oh, that really just happened. I really just killed your mom. And he was like, yeah, you did. And he started crying. And then I was like, I'm sorry. And then, you know, I had to toughen it up because then that was when I went to go hide the body.
We're going to do that.
Marijuana.
Just marijuana? Did you drink at all? Okay. But you put her body in a dumpster, right? And so
It was by a neighborhood in Sylvania.
a neighborhood in Sylvania?
Yeah.
Is that where she lives?
That's me now.
Was it like one of those big dumpsters, like outside of the store, or was it like a garbage can?
A big dumpster.
Okay. Was it outside of the store?
No, it's outside of the neighborhood houses, like apartments, I think.
So it was an apartment dumpster?
Yeah, and then I threw away all the evidence and they doubled like the trash bags and they took the trash.
Okay. In the same dumpster though?
No, and her dumpster, I did that.
Okay.
And the next day the trash people came and took all the evidence.
Okay. So I just want to take it one step at a time. So her body was put into a big dumpster outside of an apartment complex. Okay. Was she wearing clothes?
Yes.
Yeah. Do you recall what she was wearing?
No, I just remember like wrapping her up in saran wrap and the black big things that you can put over things.
Tarp.
Yes.
Okay. So saran wrap and tarp. Did you use any kind of tape to like tape it up? Okay. So then you put her body. Jonathon had to help you.
No, he did not. I got her all the way in, halfway, and then I was like, I need help, and then he couldn't do it, so I had to push her feet in. But it was all me.
Okay.
The only part he helped in any of what happened is driving to Mexico, because he said that, you know, to be with kid in Mexico, there needs to be an adult driving. And then, besides that, though, he didn't help with anything else.
Was the dumpster close to her house?
I think so, yes.
How she live in an apartment?
No, she was in a village community, I don't know, like a gated community of houses.
Okay. So,
I can give you the address of her house.
that would be great.
It's 37, might just give you the wrong one.
No, it's okay.
I don't know what it is.
Do you know what street?
I think it's 7, 4, 5, 6, Timbers.
Timbers, like T-I-M-B-E-R.
Yeah.
And that's in
Edge. Billboard.
what?
Billboard.
Villa.
Board.
B-A-M? B-A-M?
It's like BLBD. Billboard.
Boulevard, okay.
And then it's in Toledo, Ohio. So they live in Toledo. I don't know, it's like right on the thing of Toledo and Toledo.
Okay. Thank you for doing that.
So, how did you get her body from the house to the dumpster?
We took her car
Okay. Where did you put the body?
in the back seat,
In the back seat. So, I'm not familiar with the
in
car.
the trunk.
In the trunk. Okay, so in the very back. Okay. Did you wrap her with saran wrap first and then the tarp, or the tarp and then saran wrap?
Saran wrap and then tarp.
Okay. Do you remember the color of the dumpster that you put her in?
A black one, I think.
Okay. Okay. And then you went back, and then because I don't want to put words in your mouth, is that when you guys cleaned up the...
It's when I cleaned it up by the stuff that I bought or whatever, by using her identity and her money. I bought a scrub thing, a mop, and I cleaned up all the blood. I threw away the blood clots and stuff like that. I made sure the trash cans were double wrapped, and then I made sure to get it into the dumpsters for tomorrow.
Where did you get all the cleaning supplies from?
I think Walmart.
Walmart? Is it like a local Walmart? What are you thinking?
Yeah,
Okay. How far is the Walmart from her house?
I don't know.
Okay. Okay. And then you said you double wrapped all of that and then put it in her trash. And then the trash came out. Was picked up the next day? Okay. What about, did you keep her in the same clothes? Okay. Do you recall what she was wearing? No? Okay. And so now you said that you strangled her. How did you do that? Okay. Where was she when that happened?
She was trying to get something out of the fridge, and I flipped her over and started doing it, and then I took the rock that I had, got right on the floor, and I just started throwing it at her head.
Is that what the scratches are on your arm?
I don't know what these are.
No. Remember, like, if you lift up your sleeves, the other ones, are they from her?
No.
No?
Oh, these are self-harm marks.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Did she fight at all?
Yeah.
What? Did she fight you at all? She was very in shock, so she didn't fight. Like, the only thing I remember is the, like, hackling the blood up in her mouth, like...
Was that after she was hit with the rock? Did that happen?
Yeah, and then there was, like, blood clots that started coming out of her.
Out of where?
I think it came out of her mouth. They were, like, really big.
Okay. How long would you say that you strangled her for before you hit her with the rock?
I did it for 5 minutes, hit her with the rock, and then I kept strangling her. And then after that, after strangling her for like a good, like at least 10 minutes, I started banging really hard with the rock again.
Okay. So after the first 5 minutes of strangling her, do you think that she had passed away at that point, or?
I think it's whenever I stopped strangling her and put down the rock that she finally laid out.
Okay. Okay.
Did it happen in the morning or the night?
It happened in the morning, and then the body was disposed of that night.
Okay. Do you remember when that was?
No.
No. Do you have, was it in, because we're in May right now, so was it in April, or was it in May?
What you said, we're in what?
Did it happen in April, the end of April maybe, or did it happen in early May?
End of April.
End of April, okay. And this was because she didn't want you guys to be together?
Yeah, and I think she honestly was really obsessed over him because whenever we were talking to her, about us and stuff, and she was like, well, if he doesn't have sex, I'm going to be perfectly fine with it and stuff like that. We were like, well, in the future, like, we're not going to ask you to have sex. Like, that's weird. Like, that's something we would talk out ourselves.
Mm-hmm.
And stuff like that. And, she was just, like, always all over her son. Like, always handsy with him and stuff like that, and being really flirt-like, if that makes sense.
Like inappropriate?
Yes.
Okay. Okay, so not like an only son and mom relationship.
A very inappropriate relationship.
Okay.
Do you know if they ever were like sexually involved?
I don't think they were, because when I was talking to Jonathon about my suspicions, he was like, yeah, I kind of feel that way too, because, my mom would always get angry at me for certain things, and, I would tell her, like, why are you getting angry at me for this? And he was like, I don't understand it. And then he was also talking about, like, how he's seen some of the stuff too, and he made it feel uncomfortable. And then that's when I told him, I was like, you see why I told your mom, like, do you understand? Because she wouldn't let us be together. Like, nobody would let us be together. And it's kind of sad because it's like, it's obviously, it's obviously, like, I want this, like, I want him, like, I don't care if he's old, I don't care if by the time I turn 18 he's about to be an old-ass man. I don't. I love him. There's nobody like him, is what I was trying to explain to him. And then I even told him, like, this is the reason why I told your mom, because she's being very inappropriate with you, and she wouldn't let us be together. If only she would have let us be together, I don't think I would have ever become a murderer in my life.
I think it's very apparent how much you love him.
Hmm?
It's very apparent how much you love him. I can see that. I can see in the way that you're talking about him.
Was he nephew?
He was for a good while. He was chain smoking and didn't want me to be able to touch him or anything. He just wanted to do his own thing in the back of the car and like the back seats away from me.
Why didn't he call the cops on you?
I think the reason why he didn't call the cops is because when we got arrested back in Wood County, back in, I think it was October or whatever, Wood County's like a really bad county for charges, like the charges that he got. He got a charging for kidnapping and, stuff like that. What? Yeah, and they wouldn't let me testify or say anything because of my age, and I kept telling them, like, I will tell them, what happened and that everything was good, because they were trying to say that he sex trafficked me, and then they said that wasn't a thing. They said that, the reason why he got arrested is because we were selling pictures of myself and stuff like that. And then I told them, well, that's like, if I want to sell pictures of myself, then let me sell pictures of myself. Like, he's not forcing me to do it. All the pictures you probably see on my phone are probably one way. Like, I don't know what they want to hear. So, but they wouldn't let me testify. That's also another thing that made me really angry. So, he didn't call the cops because of the whole kidnapping thing like that, and I think he probably thought that you guys were going to probably work around to, he kidnapped me, killed his mom, probably did a little bit game, I don't know. Like, he probably thought that's how it was going to end up, but that's not how it ended up at all.
Okay.
And whenever he got arrested, you know, I told him I loved him, and, you know, I already told him, I was going to tell them the truth. If they ever found out about what happened, I was going to tell them. And he was like, okay. He was like, thank you. He was like, I don't think you understand how much it is when people think that I kidnapped you and done all this and da-da-da. And I was like, I understand, and, you know, they're not right to judge you on that or believe that you did that if they don't hear it from the both of us.
Right. Right. And as Hannah and I have said, and that's why we appreciate you telling us the truth, right? Because we only have speculation, right? And we're hearing one side of the story. So now we're getting your side of the story, which helps us, okay?
Right.
And by extension, you're helping him, right? That's what he wants. You just told us that you wanted to help him.
Right.
Okay?
That's a lot about how much you love him.
Yeah, it really does.
So, was she then? Did you answer it? Yeah, I don't remember who it was too. It was the initial one or something.
Okay. What is, so you wrote his name on here and blamed him for it, okay? Did you send it to you? Do you remember who you sent it to?
I don't.
Did you send it to more than one person?
No. I know I told like one other person that I killed somebody and stuff, and they were asking if I could kill another person for them, and that's how that went. And they wanted to come to Mexico.
The phone that you sold in Mexico, was that Nicole's phone? No?
Her phone was left at the house.
Her phone was left at the house. So it was one of your old phones that you sold, or was it someone else's?
It was my old phone.
Okay. What about the jewelry that you guys pawned?
It was her jewelry that I found, and I gave it to him.
Okay. And
That's the one that you guys pawned elsewhere, but when you were trying to sell in Mexico?
That's the one that we did in the pawn shop, and then that's what I also asked him if we could do that in Mexico to sell the jewelry. He would like do whatever he wanted. And I was like, okay, then I'm going to sell it.
okay. Do you remember how much money you got for her jewelry?
$700.
Okay. How about the gun? Do you remember?
I think it was like 80.
Okay. Thank you for telling me that. Do you know what kind of gun it was?
A pistol.
A pistol. Okay. Do you know what caliber of a pistol? Was it a 45, a 9, a 22, 40?
I don't know.
That's okay.
Okay.
A lot of fun.
And what about the bullets? Was the gun already loaded, or did you load it? Did you have a box of ammunition?
I loaded it, or whatever, whenever I shot it at the drive-by, and then I made sure that the brassel stayed in the car, and I got rid of the brassel, and then the bullets or whatever, I threw it at a random stop. I don't know where that was at. I just threw the bullets, and then that's when we ended up finding guns to get rid of that.
Okay. Do you think that you threw them out in Arizona?
Maybe.
Maybe. Okay. How? And I understand that your memory is pretty shoddy sometimes, and that's okay. How long after the shooting would you say that maybe you threw it out the window?
The brassel?
Yeah.
Like an hour.
An hour? Okay. Were you still driving when, because you threw it out the window, correct? Were you driving or was Jonathon driving?
I was driving still.
Okay. And then, so you threw the brass out the window, and what about making sure I didn't mishear you? You said that there was other bullets?
Yeah, they were in a plastic bag that I threw out the window.
Was it at the same time, or was it at a different time?
Different time.
Okay. How long would you say that was?
Like 30 minutes.
Okay, 30 minutes after throwing the brass out? Okay. Okay. Just on the side of the road?
Yeah.
Okay. Do you remember, was there any buildings, or were you just kind of on interstate?
On interstate.
Interstate, okay. Do you remember the interstate that you were on, or no? Okay. And so her phone was left in the house. You have 2 phones, correct? Okay. What about Jonathon? Does he have a phone? Or did the Mexicans take it?
I think the Mexicans took it.
Okay. So when you guys took her car, right, was she already deceased?
You mean Ted?
Yeah, I'm sorry, Dave. Yeah.
I don't know if she was dead or not.
Tell them after what happened.
After how long until I got into the car?
Did you put her body in the dumpster?
Well, first we gave it a good minute to wash off blood and stuff, and then we cleaned up around her. Well, I cleaned up around her because he didn't do anything because he just wanted to get off the blood because he was really upset about the fact that he killed his mom. So I was cleaning up the blood with a mop and stuff, and then I told him like we need to throw the rags or whatever into the washer or something to get rid of more of the evidence. And then I was like, you know what, we need to go to the store to get cleaning supplies. So I went for her wallet that she had on her, and it had all her cards in it, and I took that. And then I went, into her closet, started grabbing stuff out of there. I like went through everything that she mostly had, and then so after that, that's when I went into the car.
Okay.
It was a good minute.
So when you guys took her car, she was already dead. Okay. So it's safe to say she was not given permission to take her car.
Yeah.
Is that correct?
Correct.
Okay.
So you just mentioned that he was really upset that he killed his mom.
I have a really bad brain injury. That's not what I'm trying to say at all. I was just saying he was really upset that I killed his mom.
I just want to make sure that you're not taking 100% of the blame for something that he...
Well, that's the thing. I'm taking 100% of the blame because it is the truth. I did. I was the one that killed his mom. I was the one that did the shoot by or whatever. I was just, after killing her, I was like, fuck everybody else because they're always against me. And the reason why I killed her is because she literally wouldn't let us together. And she was so weird about it, and I did not like that. I didn't. And I remember when he was in jail and I was texting her, and she was like, well, I'll see about it so you guys can get back together, and we'll sit down and talk about it when she turns 18. I was like, I'm not about to do that. I will literally show up and be with him no matter what.
So she was really trying to keep you guys apart?
Yeah.
Okay. Did you, you or Jonathon, you said that you have like her credit cards and stuff. Did you take money out of her bank account?
I took out, she had $30,000 in there, and I took out all of it.
Okay.
3 or 30?
3.
Where did you do that? Where did that happen?
At like a whole bunch of different things of ATMs.
Okay. Was it all in Ohio, or was it?
It was as we were passing through every state.
Okay.
And it was like a couple of times for each state that I did it.
Okay. And then what did you use that money for?
Like toward cigarettes, food, and I think gas. Yeah.
Did you stay in a hotel? So you did stay in the car the whole time?
We didn't stay in the car that long because, I don't know where I was at. There was a couple of hotels that I did book online or whatever with her card.
Okay. With her credit card? Okay. And so you guys stayed there? Okay. Real quick, I just want to circle back. Jonathon was wearing an ankle monitor? What was that for?
He was on, he couldn't leave Ohio, but he was allowed to be in Ohio until his court hearing.
I see.
Like house arrest?
Yeah.
So when you guys put her in the dumpster, did he still have the ankle monitor?
I put her in the dumpster and...
I'm sorry, you're right. That's what he said. So when you put her in the dumpster, but he was there, was his ankle monitor on?
Yeah, I clipped it off like whenever we were on our way to head out to Mexico, and I threw it out the window.
Okay. Still in Ohio? It was thrown out. Okay. Did it beep or anything?
I don't know what happened.
You just tossed it out? Okay.
How long had you been planning to kill Nikki?
I wasn't planning on killing her. It was honestly, whenever I randomly was with him, he was like, you know, my mom doesn't want you here, you know, you're going to have to hide yourself. And I was like, I'm not about to do that. Like, I love you, I want to be with you, and I don't care, like, what she has to say about it. Like, I'll straight up, you know, hit her, like, I don't care. And then, you know, it was like a couple hours that he was gone for it, that he was talking to his mom apparently. And I was like, well, you have 5 hours because I'm not about to pretend like I don't exist and I can only talk to you and stuff. Like, I want us to be together, like, I want to be with you. And then, you know, not even 1 hour through it, he didn't do anything. So I went out there and I did it.
And where was he when it happened?
He was out in, like, the dining room, and then when it happened, he, like, ran out into the bedroom. I think he was, like, in the pillows, like, screaming for help. Like, well, not screaming for help, he was, like, screaming. Like, I think he was really had PTSD over because he was in the military.
You said you were in the kitchen?
Yeah.
And she was sleeping in the fridge or freezer?
Fridge.
Okay, and you, like, grabbed her from behind?
No, I flipped her around. And
And then did you push her onto the ground? And were you on top of her or beside her?
on top of her.
Like, kind of straddling her?
Where did this rock come from, though? If you were
I found it outside.
So you had
I had, like, one, like in there.
already set
Mm-hmm.
before you started strangling her.
Had that been your plan to hit her with the rock?
Where did you put the rock?
Like, there it was.
No. So that was in with the trash, right? But before you strangled her,
I put it by the cabinet that had snacks in it.
okay, did she see that rock beforehand?
It was right by the refrigerator. It was, like, in that,
Where did you get the rock from?
outside.
In their yard? Okay. Because I'm not familiar with the area. Like I said, this is where I work here in El Paso. So does she live near woods, or is the landscaping have rocks? How big would you say this rock was?
This there.
Okay. And did you get it from the front yard or backyard?
What, from the front or backyard?
Mm-hmm.
I got it from, like, off, like, right here. Like, so kind of in the front yard, but not, but, like, also, like, the street walk.
Okay. If I were to ask you to draw me a picture, could you show that to me?
No.
No?
I can't.
Draw? I can't draw a stick figure, so don't worry. But it was, so if you're looking at the front door,
It's, like, right in this area.
okay.
When did you take the rock into the kitchen versus when the strangulation happened?
I did it whenever we were asleep. I, you know, was right before I told him, or right after. I put it right there, or whatever. I was like, you got 5 hours.
So about an hour before this happened, you said it was like an hour later nothing happened. So an hour before it happened, you put the rock in the kitchen. And that was kind of your plan, what you were going to do. Thank you for clarifying that.
What is the, why 5 hours?
What?
Why 5 hours?
I don't know. I thought it would just, like, make him, like, be I don't know.
Okay.
He was, but, like, he couldn't do it himself, so I was like, go in the room, you know, get out of my way, and I was like, I took it and I shook it.
Do you remember when the clock started? Like, was it at 3 o'clock and you said you had until 8 o'clock?
I think it was, like, 9.
At night?
No, in the morning.
In the morning is when the clock started. 9. So 10, 11, 12, 1, 2. So would you say, because I don't want to put words in your mouth, what time would you say it happened?
I know maybe it was 12 because I think it was like around like 4 p.m. or something.
Yeah.
That he had until. Because I remember him when we were talking about way later down the road, he was like, you literally killed my mom and you literally gave me until 4 p.m. And he was like, I can't believe you. And he's like, I love you so much, but like at the same time, I don't know how I feel about this, is what he was saying.
And in those 4 or 5 hours that you gave him, how were you feeling? Like, what was going through your head?
I was like wondering if he was actually going to do it or not.
Okay. Were you like sad, upset? Were you getting mad? As time was going by?
I was sleeping.
You were sleeping. Okay. And so then you woke up, and then what happened?
Well, I didn't wake up. I was laying down or whatever in bed, and I heard them talking, and I was like, time was coming by fast. I was like, what is he doing? And then that's when I ran out there and pushed him aside, made him go to the room, and then that's when I just full on took her life.
Okay. So I just want to make sure I understand, because you gave him 5 hours, but then earlier you said like an hour had gone by and nothing happened, so did you kill her?
Well, no, I meant like an hour went on by until like I noticed that he didn't do anything.
Okay, so like 6 hours later.
Yeah.
Okay, thank you. Okay. Okay, so I just want to make sure that we are clear, because I'm still a little confused. So 5 hours had happened, nothing.
I gave him 5 hours to do it. An hour went by, and I noticed that I didn't
After the 5 hours?
Yeah.
Okay.
And I didn't notice that he didn't do anything, so then that's when I went out there.
Okay.
Was it on the weekend or a weekday?
I don't know.
Does she work? No.
She gets disability insurance too.
For her military or something?
I don't know what it's for.
Did she know that you were in the house, or were you hiding in the house?
I was hiding in the house.
Okay. How long had you been hiding in the house?
3 days.
3 days. Where were you hiding in the house?
I was hiding in the bathroom.
In the bathroom. Does she not use that room?
No, she has her own bathroom.
Okay. Okay. So were you spending all day in the bathroom?
Yeah, I was mostly sleeping most of the time.
Okay. Were you sleeping on the floor in the tub?
In the tub.
Okay. Why didn't you hide in his room?
Because he didn't like want that. He was all against me even staying there. Like he wanted us to be together, and I was like, well, I'm about to run away, so it's either I can go be with you or I'll find somebody else. And he was like, okay. And then, I showed up, and then he was like the same way he was in the room where he was running. He's like, I don't know what you want to do. Go hide in there.
So we told you about him in the bathroom?
Yeah.
There's not like a guest room that you can find? Was there ever any close calls, especially if Nikki doesn't work?
It's not close calls. She doesn't even go down that area.
Okay. So it's in a different section of the house then? Okay. How did that make you feel that he relegated you to the bathroom?
He didn't relegate me. It was kind of more so I showed up out of nowhere, and he was really not knowing what to do.
I see. Okay, that makes sense. Where did you show up from?
Where did I show up from?
Mm-hmm.
I showed up from his back window in his room.
Okay, no, but before that, where were you?
Oh, where was I?
Mm-hmm.
Before I went to his house?
Yeah.
I was in a car, and before I was in the car, I was at my independent living house.
Okay.
So you went from the independent living house to his house, and that's when you ran away?
Whose car were you in?
I don't know the person I drove in with. I just asked somebody to give me a ride.
Okay.
You went straight from there to the house?
Okay. And was it in daylight hours, nighttime?
Daylight hours.
Daylight, and then you just knocked on his window? Okay. And then how did you get into the house?
I went through his window.
Okay. Is it a one-story house? Okay.
Pretty sure.
Well, is there a second floor? No. Is there a basement? Okay. So more than likely one story. Here, there's no basements here in El Paso, right? And I know in other areas there's basements, so I'm just trying to understand.
Do you know this person?
Probably from the office or something.
Like,
Look at this. She literally kicked me, threw me, and everything.
Okay. So when she was in the kitchen, right, when this all happened, had she known that you were in the house before that? No? Okay. So it was a shock to her that you were in the house?
It was that, I'm pretty sure that's what shocked her whenever I went to go kill her.
Because she wasn't expecting and you in there?
Yeah.
Okay.
All I remember is that she dropped her flavored water on the ground.
Okay. What kind, was it one of those,
A can or
can?
No bottle.
Okay. Do you remember what kind of flavored water it was? Okay. Okay. And so you went to Walmart, and so you picked up, how did you get to Walmart?
How did I get to Walmart? I made him drive.
You, excuse me?
I made him drive.
You made him drive.
I was telling him every time, like, whenever I needed to go somewhere, like, for stores and stuff, especially whenever I told her, like, for cleaning and stuff, I was like, you're gonna drive me to the store, else I'm turning you in. I was like, do you want me to turn you in? And then that's what made him really drive me to places.
And whose car was he driving?
It was his car.
driving? Okay. Does he have his own car?
Mhm.
No? Okay. And white, so was the white SUV? Okay. How did you pay for the cleaning supplies?
Her money.
How much? Was it cash or a debit or credit card?
Cash.
Cash. Okay.
Was it cash that you paid going back from an ATM, or was that cash that she had on her?
18.
Okay, so you stopped in an ATM first to take out money?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. How did you know her PIN number?
Her PIN number? She had it, like, she obviously, like, has her safe and everything, but, like, right behind her safe or whatever, there was, like, a piece of paper.
Okay, so you got it from there?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
So I did, like, a very deep search on her foot.
How did you get into the safe?
How did I get into the safe? I didn't go into the safe. That's the one thing I did not mess with, because I was, like, really worried that it was rigged.
What do you mean rigged?
I don't know, sometimes if you put the wrong PIN code into anything, it freaking goes off.
That's fair. That's fair. So, I would hope she wouldn't have her safe, set with, I don't know,
Yeah, but with her dating Superman, anything can happen.
Touche. Did she have any guns in the house?
She had the one, that's the gun that we took in pawn shop.
Okay. So, was it registered to him or Jonathon, do you know?
It was trying to register her.
Her. Where did you find that gun?
Where are you going to find it?
Or Jonathon, who?
I found it on the table that was in the kitchen room.
Was it in a drawer or?
No, it was on the table.
Just, she kept it out in the open?
Yeah, she kept her gun there, she kept her weed all up on there.
Okay. Did you guys take the weed? Okay. Did she have,
What is the other drugs that she had?
was it weed like to smoke or was it in the form of gummies?
It was gummies and form to smoke too.
Okay.
There was like the I don't know what they're called. Yeah, it was just gummies, the actual like plant itself, and then there was the carts that you put in vapes.
Okay.
For those that don't like the car. When's the last time you smoked?
With marijuana? I don't know, like 3 years ago. I don't think I smoked the morning that I got caught.
So you're not like high right now or anything? So you said you got high after you killed her, but now, like, do you feel bad about killing her, or are you just kind of like, whatever?
I don't feel bad about it because she was inappropriate towards him and she wouldn't let us be together. And you know what they say, like, let people do them, let people be people, like, don't interfere with somebody's life because it's going to come right back on you.
Do you think she deserved to die for that?
Yeah, I do. And I mean, it's not like she was about to die anyways. So it's not like literally, like, we all die at some point. It's not like she was literally about to die.
She was literally about to die?
I'm meaning it as, like, she was old already. And people, all of us, people in general, we all die at some point. She was literally close to that age of dying. So I feel like it doesn't matter if I killed her or not. And I killed her because she gave me really 2 good reasons. She wouldn't let us to be together, and she was very inappropriate towards him. And it's like, she didn't have friends, she didn't have family. So it's not, it's like, and honestly, it's like I killed a nobody.
Well, what about the lady that was shot in Arizona?
I don't know about that person. I did that one out of anger.
Okay.
I just wanted to blow off steam and I didn't even think about that.
Research.
But I honestly think that that one didn't have anybody either, to be honest. She was literally in a blanket on a bus stop, on her phone, with glasses.
So was she sitting down? Okay. But if she is dead, which I don't know, how does that make you feel?
I mean, I don't know. I don't know how I feel about it.
I mean, she was just an innocent bystander and you were angry and you shot someone that did nothing to you.
Yeah, but at the same time, I could have not shot her. Could have not shot her. That was the first time I shot somebody in my life. Well, tried to shoot.
Right.
So she could still honestly be alive. And honestly, and another thing is, I honestly did research on that. I was seeing if anything popped up for Arizona about somebody getting shot, and nothing did. And then I did even a bigger search. I was looking to see if somebody tried to attempt murder. No search there.
Okay.
So I don't think she honestly did that. I honestly think she was like, that person's mad, and then moved out of the bus station. I don't know.
So were you using your phone to look that up?
What?
The research?
No, I used a computer.
Yeah, where's the computer?
It was like at one of the hotel rooms.
Okay. What about, have you been worried that they found Nikki? Have you been trying to figure out if...
I'm pretty sure they haven't found her because just the simple fact that, like, my stuff and his stuff aren't plastered out there are like crazy. And I don't think they would have even noticed she was killed because, like I said, the trash lady took all the evidence. I cleaned it up pretty damn well. And, you know, the place that I dropped her body off at, nobody was there around at that time. It was dark. It was literally like creek dark type of dark. And I made sure that, you know, it looked like normal trash in the big dumpster. So.
Okay. Actually, that's a good point. When you had her wrapped in a tarp, did it look like a body wrapped in a tarp, or because, I mean, it looks like a body wrapped in a tarp, right?
No, it did not look like a body.
How did you get it to not look like a body wrapped in a tarp?
I just her body up.
Okay. Was it difficult to fold her body up?
I mean, it sort of was, but not really.
Okay.
It was like lifting weights multiple times.
Okay. So she was folded in half. Okay. And
not in half, like, you know how people can go like this?
Okay. Okay.
And put your head in.
Okay. And then you chop her body up into a million pieces or anything like that. So she's still in one piece. Okay. And then you said you used saran wrap.
Mm-hmm.
Did you use an entire thing of saran wrap?
Oh, I think so.
Okay. Where did you get that saran wrap from?
I got it from the store because that's where I got all of them in this place.
Okay. Did you get the tarp from Walmart as well?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. What section of Walmart did that have to come from? Do you remember?
The cleaning side of Walmart. Where the laundry stuff would be at. For the saran wrap, I think that's honestly like right in the kitchen. Right where the silverware and stuff would be.
Okay. And then you did not use tape up? Okay. All right. So when you put her in the dumpster, it just looked like a piece of trash. Did you get in the dumpster or try to move stuff on top of her?
No, I was doing it through the square that they have.
I forget that some dumpsters have that, so you push her in through the square. Okay.
Was she moving?
I mean, a little bit, but not really. She was like half my weight.
She's short? Or
She was short.
would you say she was more like my size?
Yeah.
And so you shoved her in, and then did you close the door? What happened
I
next?
closed the door and then I got in the car and I told him to go.
Okay.
And then that's when I told him, I was like, we're cutting off your ankle now here and we're going to Mexico.
Okay. And so by this time you said it was dark, right? What time did you say it was?
Probably about to be in the AMs.
Oh,
So almost midnight.
Yeah.
okay. And so you get back to the house?
No, we didn't go to the house.
You did.
That's when I told him we were going to drive out.
Immediately after putting her on the dumpster?
So you cleaned before you took her to the dumpster.
Okay. And then how did you cut off an ankle monitor?
I bought him, what's it called, like the bowl cutters, I think they're called, and I did that and I threw it out.
Okay.
But you're usually on feet side, aren't they? No.
His was a little bit loose and the band is only, like,
Yeah.
Okay. And then you just started driving? Okay. What was the first state that you hit after you left Ohio?
Indiana.
Indiana. Okay. Can you, if you think for just 1 second? Okay.
So you guys were going here, did you guys come out, what were you saying?
Like I said,
You went from Ohio to Indiana, then did you go down or across?
no. What? This is a short one.
Oh.
Did you go to Dallas? But that was right here.
Sorry.
Can you see my initials right there? If you opened it. Thank you. So where would you guys stop at? Did I stop in?
Those are all the stations we stopped in.
You stopped everywhere, every state you went through? How long did you drive before you stopped?
I drove one.
Who drove more, Henry?
I drove one.
You drove more? How do you know? How do you, like, what made you want to go to Mexico? Why did you not go to Canada?
Because I know Mexico is where almost every person because it's a crime as always. And I know it's hard to get caught there. I mean, yes, we might be gringos, but at the same time, you'd be surprised how easy it is to get in with the mafia. That's why it's really surprising when you did bring up the cartel, because that's what I was going to do next, is join the cartel.
You were going to join the cartel? How are you going to join the cartel?
I know people through, like, the drug lord and stuff like that.
So you have cartel connections already, or were you just going to try to find some people?
What?
Do you know people in cartel already, or were you just going to try to find
I was going to try to find something.
Okay. And you were okay with the cartel life?
I mean,
I don't know how well they treat women.
what?
I don't know how well they treat women.
I mean, it's not, it's honestly a matter of fact of if you betray people.
Yeah.
It's honestly, that's what's going to get you killed, is you turn your head on somebody. And I don't do that, I don't.
And the values are telling the truth, which means a lot. Did you stay at hotels along the way or only in Arizona?
We stayed at 3 hotels that I registered for through her name on, and so I think, like, I don't know, it's called Priceline or something, I don't freaking know, it's like some hotel thing or strong.
What were those ones?
I don't know.
You don't remember? Okay. But do you use for cards then? Okay. How many nights did you stay? Just one night at each place, most of the night?
There was one that, I mean, there's 2 that we did 3 nights. There was one that, you know, we did 1 night. There's one we did 2 nights at one night.
Okay. And that was like all along the way? So you said you ever said Denver? Did you ever stop and hang out in Denver?
No, we didn't.
No. I love Denver. I think it's a really pretty city. But I never stopped in.
living out there. She was died by Nikki. Have you ever talked to her before?
No.
When you were a kid or something?
What?
When you were a kid or anything? No?
Mm-mm.
Do you have any questions? Where you went to school up there?
Mm-mm.
Just an independent. What's the last, like, grade that you finished?
Ninth.
Ninth. Did you ever think about wanting to get your GED or anything?
GED is something, you know, that costs money and you have to like study your whole life and you can't have any help in it. You pay for it. And I feel like that's just honestly a waste of money. And I feel like for me to be able to pass the test, I have to have help on it.
Yeah. Did you struggle with state testing in high school or in school?
The state testing was alright. I mean, there was one time where I had to go back and redo it, but besides that, yeah, it was okay.
What about, like, the regular test that you take in the classroom?
The regular tests, that was usually okay.
Yeah. I have a good really bad, like, testing anxiety.
Mine more so, it's just like I don't know anything, and every time I ask my dad for help, like, oh, how do you do this, or what's that mean? He's like, it says it on the paper, and I'm like, obviously I'm not understanding it.
So you said your dad close you that at all?
No, I'm just saying, that's what I used to say.
Yeah, I get that. So I know you have a TBI, interactive. You said ADD?
ADHD, not ADHD.
ADHD, okay.
Well, enough. I have borderline personality disorder. I've treated it. I'm not diagnosed with it yet, but I'm getting up there and diagnosing it. I also have bipolar disorder, I have PTSD, I have severe anxiety, and then I have bipolar depression, so that's it.
When were you diagnosed with
Depression. I was diagnosed with depression and anxiety when I was 12, but recently, I don't know when I got diagnosed with that. I just know that it says on my diagnosis list that they have in like the medical chart or whatever. I got diagnosed with bipolar because of my pre-spree of like having anger. Like I will flip internship. I will fight anything. So.
what causes that trigger?
I don't know. I really don't know. It's been worse since my brain injury.
The anger's been worse since your brain injury?
Yeah.
Okay.
Caitlyn, I just have a couple more questions and then we'll wrap this up. I really need your help, okay? To the best of your ability, what dumpster was she put in? Like, what apartment complex was this?
And one in Sylvania, Ohio.
Okay, do you know the name of the apartment complex?
So not Toledo?
No, I know he does, I just don't.
Okay. Was it close to the house? Was it?
I think when we were talking about it, I was like, we need to get rid of the body. He was like, what do you need me? I was like, well, I want to get rid of it because I'm going to murder her. And he was like, okay, well, I'll just start listing off random places that you could possibly just dump a random body off at. And then whenever I heard like the first neighborhood or whatever, I was like, let's go there.
Can you remember anything about it? Like at all?
No.
No? Do you remember what it looked like?
I just know it was flashing really big.
The dumpster, you mean?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. What about like?
And I know it looked like an apartment, like building, like one of the ones you would see.
Okay. Was it near anything? Was there like a store close by that can help us?
No, it was near a field.
A field? If we pull it up on a map, could you like help us find it?
I don't think so, because it was literally in the middle of the night.
Okay.
I just remember a body under a trapped door.
Did it look like a big apartment complex, a small apartment
It was
complex?
like a big one.
A big one? Did you have to go in through a gate or?
It was open freely.
It was open freely? Okay. Can you recall the apartment complex, like How many units? Was it 2, 3? Anything that can help us.
I know there's 2 entrances.
2 entrances. Okay. Did it look like the exterior was light colors? I'm not familiar with kind of, obviously, you know, the houses look different here than they do, you know, where you're from. Was it wood panels?
No. I know that, yeah, I don't know.
Okay. Okay.
So here's where her house would be at, and there's a lot of trees. Do you know which way you went?
I don't.
What's your house?
Yeah.
Because that's pretty big. So were you right there in one section, she's on the other side? So then there's like a condominium right across the street. Was it that close?
Well, and what town was it in again?
Sylvania.
Sylvania. How do you spell that?
SYLVANIA.
Okay.
I don't remember what it looks like. Like I said, it was dark time.
How long would you say that you were driving for then?
20 minutes.
Okay, so 20 minutes approximately away from her house. Okay.
10 or 20 minutes.
10 or 20 minutes. Okay. I'm not sure. Are all the dumpsters out there black or? Okay.
So Sylvania's like north of Toledo? Yeah.
Kaitlyn, is there anything else that you can think of that would be important for us to know about anything?
How do you feel right now?
Chill. I'm just trying to think of anything else I can remember.
All right. Well, if you remember anything, you know, obviously just let us know. But thank you for being honest with us. Okay.
That's hard.
Really hard to do, but we really appreciate your honesty. Okay. Look, it sounds like you had like a pretty tough life, you know. And I wish that there was something I could say to make that better. But Hannah and I really, we want to help you, okay? And so thank you for helping us to help you, okay? So look, there's obviously, with the information that we have, there's some things that we need to figure out, okay? So I don't know yet. I'm going to step out for a second. There's going to be another agent that comes in here. But do you have any questions for me right now, or Hannah? No? Are you sure?
When I said earlier, for 17, you know, a lot of my office is not the end. You know, maybe mistakes. Doesn't mean that it's just throw it all in. Right. And life has been shit in the past. Doesn't have to keep being shit. And we want to help you.
Yeah.
Do you need anything? Do you need a food, restaurant, anything like that?
To the restaurant food.
Okay, I guess we got to figure that out.
Okay. The only thing is you'll have to be escorted, okay, by Tina, of course. So probably Hannah. But we'll figure out where our bathroom is, okay? Give me a couple minutes, okay? We'll make sure we get you to a bathroom. Okay. Okay.
Do you think the anger was worse after your accident? So the anger, you said it was worse after the accident? Did you say why?
She said that I probably won't ever be the same after my accident.
Tell me what Kaitlyn before the accident was like and Kaitlyn now.
Well, I honestly did not feel something with that accident. I was just not having as many anger outbursts. Like whenever I was hospitalized, I broke a lot of their property. I left a few people with like bruises on their face and body and
Gunfight.
like worse than usual. Because before that, I used to like warn people when I'm getting angry. I used to be like, I'm getting angry, like get away from me, and then it turned into full on yelling and screaming and hitting and breaking stuff.
Did anybody ever fight back?
No, most of the people that try to fight back towards me, they just mess up like their big sternum, or I touch it.
So it was, I mean, I don't, that still wasn't like a great experience. What was the best part? The food? Yeah. What kind of tacos did you have?
I've had beef and chicken.
Nice. Which ones do you like better?
Chicken.
Did you guys go to like a food truck to get tacos or like a restaurant?
Food truck.
Food truck? Those are like the best tacos ever.
Yeah, that's where he got his quesadilla and he said it was bomb. I was like, I don't like quesadillas, but I bet you it is.
Was it just cheese and a tortilla, or did it have meat on it?
It had meat and cheese, and I think it had like some spices in it.
That sounds really good. I bet that was really good. So what do you like to do? I mean, I know you guys should be like, what do you like to do for fun or to just relax?
Listen to music.
Yeah, what kind of music do you like?
All
All of it?
yeah.
Do you have a favorite song? No.
No. No, you're good. I'm just cold in here.
Yeah. Have you had that stuff on the whole time? Or have you changed?
I've had different clothes on, but I've had this dress on since I've been in Mexico.
Okay. How did you like go back and get clothes, or did you have clothes from when you ran away?
Clothes from when I ran away. And then I also spent money to get new clothes too.
Oh, okay. You said that you were at an independent living facility? What does that mean? I mean, you're just like on your own?
Well, it was for disabled people, but I had nowhere else to go because nobody would accept me because of my history of being violent and running away. So I went there, but yeah, they have no rules.
There's no rules? What?
It's basically you live on your own, you cook for yourself, you eat for yourself. It's basically being an adult. But like once in a while, they might have staff that checks up on you.
Oh, okay. And then they pay for everything, like the state pays for it?
The Upper County does.
So what was going to happen when you turn 18? Are you going to get kicked out?
Basically, I was going to go live with one of my friends or something.
Yeah. Do you have quite a few friends at home?
I have friends all over, so yeah. Who's?
I thought when you scratched your head, you had like a little scar. Is that from your TV hand?
Yeah. It's a big bump.
So when you got in a car accident, did you hit another car or did you hit?
I hit another car and I hit a telephone pole.
How fast are you going?
They said like 50 miles per hour.
Okay. Had you like gone to sleep or were you still awake?
I fell asleep. That's the reason why I don't remember it. That's the reason I was also so drugged up. That's why I don't remember it. Like I was on bed rest for so long in the ICU. I had to learn how to walk in every single minute. Really? Yeah, but my coordination is really bad still because of the brain injury. Like I said, I can't process the stream anymore. Like I can't watch TV. I can't like tell what's left, what's right. Sometimes like literally you'll hear me, oh let's go left, goes right. Like it's so bad.
Yeah. Seems like you're like when everybody walking, you seem to be doing okay. Like it's hard to tell that you like had to relearn the walk so recently.
Right. Well, it wasn't so recently. It was February 20, so a few months ago.
Yeah.
Kaitlyn, so, look, I owe you complete honesty, right? Because you've been nothing but honest with us. You are going to be arrested, okay? So here in just a minute, there's going to be 2 officers. They're going to come in, they're going to arrest you. And then you're going to be booked into the county jail, obviously based on all the information that you told us. And then it looks like it's going to be on state paper, to the best of my knowledge, out of Ohio. So at some point you're going to be what's called extradited back to Ohio, okay?
And what she means by state is like the federal government, like the FBI, we're not going to charge you.
Okay. And so I'm not being a federal agent, right? I'm not exactly sure the state procedures, but you will at some point go before a judge, and that's where a judge is going to let you know what you're being charged with. Okay? I don't know what those charges are right now. I haven't seen any arrest documents or whatnot. Okay? Are you okay?
Mm-hmm.
Are you sure? Okay. Do you have any questions? Are you sure? Look,
So is the county jail for women or is it for kids?
so this, I think the county here is going to be adults. Okay. Now, when you get to Ohio, I don't know. That you may go to juvenile, right? Because remember what I said here in Texas, 17 is an adult, right? But when you go back to Ohio, from my understanding, age maturity is 18. So you'll probably be transitioned to a juvenile facility. Okay. I don't know how long it's going to take. With you being a minor, I would like to believe that it's going to be a short amount of time. Okay? Before you leave here and go there. But they're going to come in just a second and look, I'm going to do my best to answer any question if you have any. Okay? But once they come in, we're leaving. Right?
And they're not going to treat you like the Coones police did.
No.
So just be mindful of that and just be like respectful of them. You've been arrested before, right?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, you know what to expect.
Right.
Right. But look, I'm willing, and Hannah too, if we can answer any questions.
Where's my backup with my cell phone and stuff? Do they have it with my wallet?
So your personal belongings, yeah. So that's a very good question. So your phones are going to be seized, right?
Right, I get that, but I'm talking about my sunglasses, my earrings, and my bracelet.
No, we're going to, so your personal property, if you get a lawyer assigned here, we'll make sure that your lawyer here gets it. Or if we have to send it back to Ohio, to whatever lawyer, you will get your personal property back.
So there's like no way that I can put on like my necklace or not to take it, so whenever I do get it.
No, because you actually, when you're gonna go to county, they're gonna even make you take it off your shoelaces. So they're not gonna let you have jewelry right now. But your stuff will be safe, right? Because until we can get it back to you, it's gonna be at least in FBI custody, okay? Okay. All right. You sure?
When do I leave?
What do you need?
When do I eat?
I don't know. They should be able, when you get there, they should provide you with something to eat. I don't know. I can ask. Okay? Okay. So, Kaitlyn, thank you for being respectful for us. Really. Just to make the transition a little bit easier, just be respectful to the officers as well, okay? Do you need a second? Are you sure? I'll try to give you a minute. Just a moment. No? Is it worse, right? Yes. You got it.
More people or something.
Stand up and then make that wall.
They don't want to do the seat on the vehicle. They want to go to confirm.
Yeah, your turn.
Do you look good? Looks good?